Hey guys, it's me again. I haven't made a video in a while. It's me, MRJ12744. You know what? I'm just trying to make another rant. I won't lie. There's a lot of hate going on in the world, and really, in some cases, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, inside A, you have the hardcore Christians, Catholics who just hate gays. They hate gay people. They hate everything they stand for, even though they do absolutely nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a devout Catholic. And then on side B, you have every other type of hate there is out there, and it just really doesn't make sense. And because I mean, it's not like people don't try to change it. They do. We do. I have, and it doesn't always happen. So recently, a couple weeks ago, I gave a speech in front of most of my school for this thing called A Day Without Hate that started at my school, Stanley Lake High School in Westminster, Colorado. And really, I mean, there were about like maybe 5 or 6 of us up there who were just giving our own testimonials, about our story, our take on everything, and just not have hate in this world, because there's too much of it. And we showed a video by Hank Green, who I can leave a link to, maybe even the video below, and I mean, just really, I think should have opened a lot of people's eyes. But of course that's not how the world works, and really it just doesn't make sense. Because I mean, you have people who don't do anything but yet complain and complain and complain that the world is bad, that something needs to change. Why doesn't the president go up and make everything better? Mainly because he can't. Don't blame Obama, because he can't suddenly make everything better. It comes to us. Alright, there's a quote from Johnny 5, who I got to interview for my newspaper, that really, I mean, everybody expects all the change to come from the powerful people, as in celebrities, as in politicians, and so forth. But what really happens is the little people, us. That's where most of the power comes from, and people can't seem to understand that, Okay, so when I was giving the talk, I looked out in the audience about the second to last time I gave it. There was nobody paying attention, and it hurt. I mean, there were a lot of people paying attention who said they loved it. They loved everyone's talk from that day. But there were these people who just act like that they were better, that they didn't need to be there. And it really hurt me, not because I felt offended. It's because, I mean, it's clear that we need to change in this world. And when people even outwardly express a change needs to happen, when it comes down to doing it, they don't want to do it. They expect someone else to fix it. This is very much a society of cowards. And again, back to the hate. I mean, for some reason, I know it's been explored through over and over again, and I'm going to bring it back up again. Why the hate on gay people? Why hate on someone because of something so insignificant as their sexual orientation? Alright? It doesn't matter. It doesn't change a damn thing. Ellen DeGeneres, she's a huge, she donates and everything. She's a huge, great person, and she happens to be lesbian. Richard Nixon was straight, and he had a very not so respectable presidency. Hitler was straight. He's one of the worst humans to ever live. And need I go on? There's a whole bunch of great people that just happen to be gay. Jodie Foster, huge philanthropist work, but suddenly if she's lesbian, it matters. It's suddenly a huge deal. Why? I mean, if you don't like gay marriage, don't get one. Alright? Do not get gay marriage. If you don't like gay marriage, then don't get married to a guy. All of the homophobic people from my old church, all the homophobic priests and everything, and everyone in the world, don't marry a guy if you don't like gay marriage. It's that simple as that. And as we teach little kids, it only affects you if you let it affect yourself. So really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Alright? It really, and I mean, everybody says, well, the Bible is against it. Technically, I mean, the Bible just says, a man shall not lie with another man, which really only brings up they can't have, as someone put it on Facebook, bum sex. but it says nothing about gay marriage. And what did Jesus say about gay marriage? Nothing. He never expressed his feelings on gay marriage because it's not a problem. It doesn't matter. Someone's sexual orientation doesn't change who they are. It just changes who they're attracted to. Because we're all created in different ways. We're not all the same. We're taught to be our own separate person, but yet when people try to be their own person, they're suddenly condemned for it. They're condemned for trying to be their own person, which is what we try to teach people to do. It doesn't make sense at all. And another thing I've been an avid supporter of is Purple for the People, which is the unification of Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Green Party members, and so forth. Because what's happening right now is we're having too much of a separation. People say Obama isn't getting shit done. He can't get shit done if the representatives, the House, won't let him get that shit done. The most filibusters ever in a first term of a presidency, alright, because they didn't win, so they just don't want to let him pass anything, alright? I mean, people need to understand that, again, along with sexual orientation, our political party is so insignificant to what kind of a person we are. You know, a friend of mine said, I was talking with another friend of mine a while ago, and I was talking to him about FDR, you know, just self-learned history, and then my other friend and then another kid happened to overhear it, and he's like, FDR, he was retarded. To which I said, what? I mean, yes, he really fucked up with the Japanese Americans, but other than that, he was arguably the greatest president of all time. Definitely top 5 president of all time. And I said, why do you think that? He's like, he was Democrat, so he's retarded. Wait, what? So according to that logic, which I'm saying both sides have it, I won't deny I'm a liberal. I very much well am, but I don't think that's stereotyping, and both sides do it. Democrats and Republicans alike, and it's bullshit. It's time that this shit stops. No? Because, I mean, suddenly, according to that kid, all Republicans are geniuses. Herbert Hoover, who was supposed to be a great guy, but as a president, flopped. Maybe like a Ryan Leaf, maybe not that extreme, you know, Ryan Leaf and Achilles Smith when it comes to presidents. Alright? And, but FDR, who single-handedly pretty much saved our country, is retarded because of what he believes in. How does that work? How? I mean, so according to that logic then, Richard Nixon would be a great president. George Bush would be a great president, and George Bush Jr. Now, to set the record straight, you look at it at a non-biased rating system released 2 years ago. George Bush was not a good president. He really messed up. Alright? And that's not just my opinion, that's just what other people have said, and maybe it is my opinion, but that's what other people have said too. Alright? So according to that logic, I mean, it just goes back to the hate and the discrimination. You know, I mean, we've seen it recently, finally an integrated prom in Georgia. Mississippi finally ratifying the 13th Amendment. 13 years ago, Mississippi finally allowed interracial marriage. It just shows that this is ridiculous, you know. And to leave you all with maybe one more thing, I saw this a couple weeks ago. France passed gay marriage. America, we found a new way to order Pizza Hut through an Xbox 360. What does that have to say about us, huh? You know, and just a little touch on it, I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want to burn or whatever, but gun control, I mean, just one more thing, I don't see why people are so upset about it. We're not saying, the president is not saying you cannot have your guns. He's saying that it needs to be harder because it should not be easy to walk into an elementary school and shoot up 23 people. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about it. Alright? Because, I mean, America, real quick, one quick fact, 3rd most gun-related deaths in the whole world. The top 2 are Middle Eastern countries in the middle of revolution, in the middle of war. And England, was it? Yeah, it was Piers Morgan brought this up. In England, where guns are illegal, they have about 30 to 45 gun-related deaths each year. America, you said maybe an hour. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to push you towards gun control or away from it. I'm just saying the facts. That's all that happens. And really, we shouldn't be worrying about that. We should be worrying about people saving lives. That's really what, because whether you're for it, whether you're for or against it, what we can all agree on is that lives are more important than ammunition. Lives are more important than anything. We can all agree on that, and that's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about, I don't want to lose my guns. It should be about, I don't want you to have a semi-automatic rifle. It shouldn't be about people wanting to take away guns. That's not what people should be focusing about. It shouldn't be focused on people wanting to keep guns. It should be about finding new ways to save lives, so 22 first graders don't have to die every day, so that 32 college students don't have to die every day, so that 14 high school students don't have to die every single day. Thank you. Subscribe below. Subscribe to Zoe Greasy. Check out a whole bunch of other affiliated channels. And you know what? I'll see you guys later. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Again, subscribe below. Subscribe to Zoe Greasy. Check out the Vlog Brothers. They're great. Check out the Flowbots. I mean, they're really underrated. Just want to do that. And real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to my girlfriend Erin. And see you all later. And I'll try to release one weekly. So I'll see you next week. Goodbye.